Oh, hey, people. It is in fact Mooski, and I'm back. And again, I'm kind of avoiding Stranger Things videos right now. I'm sorry, I know you guys want me to make a video on the documentary. Some point in the future, I might make a video on the documentary. From what I've heard, it sounds like a hot mess. It sounds like there was ChatGPT involved, and it just sounds like ChatGPT and FOA fest is what that sounded like. And I can't with that mess. I'm sorry, I can't. One day I will. So anyway, I've had this video idea kind of stewing around in my brain for a while that I wanted to make a video about the advice I would give to myself if I could go back in time. And I've been compiling a list, working on some stuff, because I've definitely come to a lot of realizations recently that I did not make, and then I wish somebody would have said this to me. So even if you don't need this advice, just hang out, like, have fun. You know me. You guys like me. You guys like me. You guys enjoy my presence, right? I know you do. So I'm just gonna get started. The first thing that is super, super important, you really should always have a structured activity, extracurricular, because I'm just under the assumption that most people are in school. I would say you need a structured extracurricular activity. It could be a sport. It could be like art classes you go to. It could be volunteering. You need something. When you just come home, don't do shit, you are not going to get anywhere. You're going to regret all that time you wasted. I wish the time that I spent sitting around in middle school playing video games, that I spent that time getting my hours earlier, or going out and meeting friends, or taking an art class, taking maybe a pottery class, instead of sitting at home feeling sorry for myself, being mad at my parents. Doesn't get you anywhere. Again, I'm not gonna blame myself because I was like 14. You're not thinking with your brain, but I would say that. And yeah, it doesn't have to be a sport. I mean, I do technically, it's not a team sport, it's more an individual sport, but I think it's been helpful. I mean, in freshman year of high school, I did not have an extracurricular like that. It was not good. It was a bad year. I'm not gonna chalk it up to just that, but it makes things better to have some sort of routine, honestly. And I say structured because if you try to leave it up to yourself to do anything consistently, this is just coming from me. I'm extremely inconsistent. I have no self-discipline. I'm very spontaneous. I lack self-control. I lack impulse control. So if I tell myself, oh, I have to do this every day, this is at the same time, like, I'm just never going to do it. I'm just never going to do it, okay? This is why they medicate me. Next thing I want to say, which honestly, unfortunately, was a big part of my early teenage years, is that wanting to be as skinny as possible is not a sustainable goal. That should not be your ultimate goal in life. Like, oh, I want to be skinny. First of all, let's think about this realistically. It's just stupid as hell. I'm sorry, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's stupid as hell, okay? And I understand, oh, some people have disorders. I have been through that shit myself. I had a relationship situation when I was 16. It ended badly, and I started to show some very unhealthy habits with food, very unhealthy relationship with food, where I just wasn't eating enough. I had chest pain, I had brain fog, I could not think, I was very weak and tired all the time, and cold all the time. Just don't do that, okay? Don't do that. You're abusing yourself. And just your goal should not be, I want to be as skinny as possible. It's just, I don't know, maybe only certain people will understand that. But for a long time, that was my goal. That is not a realistic goal. That's not a sustainable goal. That is not a good goal. It's not. A nice goal would be, I want to be healthy, you know, or I want to lose like this many pounds. I want to I want to be able to do 10 push-ups. Not, I want to be as skinny as possible, because I'm gonna get, if I keep talking about this, I'm gonna get into a big rant about the patriarchy and the expectations and whatnot, so I'm gonna spare you on that. But I'm just going to say, when why do you want to be frail? Why do you want to be weak? Think about that. That's honestly what got me, is I don't want to be so fragile. I don't want to be so cold all the time. I don't want to be able to not like pick things up, you know? For me, just a big part of my like identity of myself is feeling strong and feeling like I'm in control. That's just how, that's something that's important to me. And I found that when I was using kind of these unhealthy relationships with food as a self-harm. That's what it is. For the most part, that's really what that is. Some people will cut, some people, I don't know what else people do, but for me, my version of that was just not eating enough. And it hurt when people didn't realize that. It hurt when my parents didn't see it. It hurt when my friends didn't see it. But at the end of the day, it told me that it is up to you. It is your life. You are responsible for that. You are the one that has to pick yourself up and move on. And that's what I did. It's not easy. It's not linear. Progress is never linear. But yeah, I just want to say, do not let these unrealistic body standards get to you and control you, because they're just not fucking real. If you go out in the real world, it's just not. I would just obsessively look at other people and be like, okay, approximating like their skinniness in relation to me. It's stupid as hell. It's stop wasting your time. You are rotting your brain by thinking that way. You honest to God are. Okay? So I would say that as well. For any young girls watching, just don't get sucked into that, because, again, waste my fucking life. Like, that's a wrap. That's honestly a wrap. And I'm glad that I don't see myself and see the world in terms that way anymore. It is powerful. It is good to be strong and not want to be as frail and thin as possible, okay? It was just a lot of romanticizing your own suffering, which is not cool. It's not good. Don't do that. Next is something really important that's a more recent change I've made in my life that has really, really sobered me. If I could go back in time, shake my 12, 13, 14-year-old self by the shoulders and 15 and say, no TikTok, no Instagram, delete that shit. Waste of time. It is wasting your time. It is not productive. It is invented to make you addicted and turn your brain into mush. I don't think you understand. When you are scrolling, you are putting yourself into a dopamine hole. I'm going to spare you from my nerdy scientific explanation. Dopamine is the reward chemical in your brain. You are giving yourself quick hits of it like crack when you're scrolling. You're getting addicted to that and seeking it out constantly. And that is, in essence, getting you addicted to scrolling. So please stop. Do you feel good after you've been scrolling for an hour? Do you feel like you've done anything with your life? Do you feel like you found any answers? Do you feel like a better person? No. Name a time. Name a time. I have never, not once, ever felt better after doing that. Never. So, honestly, I would say cold turkey, delete it. Just straight up delete it. I deleted TikTok. I haven't had TikTok in years. Great. The Instagram Reels, I got a little bit addicted to. You know what I did? I would, like, when I would go to school, I would show up, like, a little bit early. And in that time, I would be sitting in my car, I would be scrolling Reels, and I'd be like, damn, my brain feels fried. I don't feel energized. Like, I feel bad. I feel like I shouldn't have done that. So what did I do instead? I would close the Reels. I would open up Sudoku and play Sudoku. And at first, you're like, damn, Sudoku sucks, man. I really wish I was scrolling right now. But then, after you do it long enough, you just want to play the Sudoku. You don't even want to look on Reels anymore. That is honestly me. I was afraid, oh, if I open the app, I'm gonna, like, scroll and get addicted again. Now, I'm like, I don't even want to touch that shit. It just feels, it's like, it's the equivalent of, like, you were eating fast food only for so long. You switch over to, like, good, real food. And then you look at the fast food again, and you're like, ew, this is, like, gross. I don't want to eat this. I want to eat the real food. There you go. It's that simple. It honestly is, okay? I say this as somebody with, I've been told, very crippling ADHD. It's possible if I can do it, if I can get out of the dopamine addiction, you can do it, okay? Because my brain is, like, wired to be addicted to that stuff. And guess what? I'm not anymore. So, I would say. I've gotten my family on it too. I've got my family to delete it because it is cancer on your brain, okay? It is effectively cancer. And I know this sounds harsh. I'm intending this to be harsh because you probably need a swift kick in the tuchus, okay? Delete that shit. Stop scrolling. You are not adding anything to your life by doing this, okay? Please stop. I say this with love. This is like one that I really, really want to stress. Just delete it. Don't stop doom scrolling. It's not going to do anything. It never has done anything. It never will do anything. If you're going to be on the internet, watch a YouTube video, honestly, like, I will sit there and watch like an hour-long YouTube video now. I used to not be able to do that. So again, it's not like it's good for you necessarily, but if you look at giving something your undivided attention for an hour versus scrolling 3-second videos for an hour, obviously the former is going to be the better thing to do. That's just me though. Here's an important one. If you are dealing with mental struggles that are significantly impacting your life, that, you know, not to a normal degree, because I understand everybody gets sad sometimes, everybody gets anxious sometimes, but I have faced that for a really long time. I was presenting with a lot of signs of anxiety and depression and OCD at a very young age, clinically, and I had been seeking treatment for a really long time. It is so important. I know everybody tells you this, but people tell you this for a reason. It is extremely important that you seek help if you can. It's the only way. It gets to a point you cannot handle this on your own. And I say this as somebody that is extremely fiercely independent. It gets to a point where you can't handle it on your own. If you have a disorder that is something that is wrong with your brain, you can't really just fix that through willpower, as much as I've tried. Getting help, getting therapy is extremely important. I just say, seek help. Seek help if you need it, man. There's no shame in it. I struggle to ask for help sometimes, but it is not a weakness. It's not, okay? So ask for it if you need it. Now I'm gonna get on to social stuff, which is funny. It's funny for me to be giving people social advice because I am known for being shy. I'm known for being awkward. But I'm in a better place with everything than I have been before, especially in the past few months. I've made a lot of progress. So the first thing I would say is that relationships are not the most important thing in your life. They're not. This is something I've realized very recently. And I say relationships, I mean platonic, romantic, everything. Because for a really, really long time, I based my whole life around the pursuit of friends. It was always, oh, I need friends. How do I make friends? How do I meet the right people? The right people? You. Make yourself the right person. Because I was basing everything off of other people. Other people are not in your control. Other people are not always going to be reliable. You should be able to count on yourself first. You should be able to know who you are first. And no matter what, your whole life shouldn't be just the pursuit of other people. That was what was wrong. That was my problem this whole time. I wanted to find the good in other people. I just wanted to be validated by other people. I needed other people to feel validated and to feel whole. That's the thing. You are yourself. You are complete the way that you are. You do not need somebody else to complete you. You don't. And that was a wake-up call for me when I realized that. When I lost all my friends like that over nonsense, I realized, okay. I said, all right, well, guess I've got to pick this up and figure it out now. Figure myself out. And I realized I was so focused on getting them to like me that I forgot who I was. I was so focused on other people that I forgot to put myself first. That I lost who I was. That I got lost in the sauce. Now, I say you need to understand yourself first. Well, what if you don't understand yourself or really feel connected with who you are? I've been there. I've had many an identity crisis. Like, don't even worry. I got you. You need to spend time alone. For me, I did that because I had no other choice. Like, I had nobody. Believe me, I'm not one of those people that has a bunch of friends. It's like, oh, I had no friends. I have had times in my life where I genuinely had no one. Zero. I've been there. I've been that person. You just need to be comfortable being alone and spending time with yourself. If you're not cool with yourself, nothing else is gonna work. No other person is gonna work with you if you are not cool with yourself first. Spend time alone. You have to just do it enough that you are okay with yourself. Because I just for so long had this like crippling fear of being alone, of being bored, not having anyone to talk to. Well, guess what? Sometimes life kicks you in the ass, and that's all you got is you. You just have to want to get out of whatever predicament you've been put in. You have to want it badly enough. So want it, please. I know that there can be comfort in being in a bad spot. I have been there. I feel that way a lot. Please just know your future self will thank you. Get out while you still can. Don't get yourself stuck in these cycles. Like, it's not good for you. It's not fun. It's not going to do anything for your life. Do something for your life in this time. A lot of what I did to find myself, I would say definitely keep a diary. I'm not going to be one of those people that tries to sound cool and nonchalant and be like, I'm journaling. Let's call it a diary. I think it's fine. It's a diary. I literally just have like cheap ass composition notebooks that I just write in. Invest in some gel pens or something. I got these sparkly gel pens for Christmas. I've been writing the hell out of those. I got to tell you, on a night, like on a school night, it's a vibe. Pop some Fiona Apple in my CD player, whip out my gel pens, write in my little diary. It's fun, okay? It's fun. I think it's important to do that, process your emotions, give yourself something to do, work through, and, you can find yourself that way. And above all else, it's so nice in a few years when you're older to look through that stuff. I love looking through my old diaries and stuff. Like, it's so fun. So that's definitely what I did. Literally what I would do, I would hop on my bike, I would bring my journal and a pen, bike over to this place by my house, sit on a bench, watch the ducks, and just write. It's that simple. It helps me a lot, honestly, to know, okay, nobody's gonna come save me, nobody's gonna come pick me up, nobody's gonna come sit by me on the bench and be my new friend, so you gotta be your own friend first. Spend time with yourself, where you can engage in something meaningful, not just like watching a movie or something, which, don't get me wrong, I love watching movies, but if you want to productively understand yourself, you gotta enjoy the silence. Now when I talk about interpersonal relationships, I'm gonna start with the platonic because I couldn't tell you much about the love life. I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably not the person to go to for that. Friendships, okay. First of all, when people really show you who they are, it will generally behoove you to believe them. I'm not saying to make quick passive judgments. I'm saying if somebody shows a pattern of behavior, you should probably take that for what it is. A friend of mine that told me that I would say don't stick around in situations where you're only getting hurt. Okay, I have done that so many times. It's never ended well, and it's never been good. You gotta be okay with having no company over bad company. You just have got to be okay with it because that is just the way it is going to be sometimes. Take it from me. I've lived a lonely life, but you find your own way through that. And I wish I could give you good advice on where to meet the right people or people that understand you. I don't have the answer for that because everything is different for every person. I can't say that it's ever been like, oh, I finally met the right people. I thought that I did, and then it turned out no. So that could happen later in life for me. But the biggest thing for me has been letting go of the notion that you need the right people or you need to meet these perfect people. That's just made up in your head. It was a waste of time for me to be constantly worrying and stressing about the right people or the right friends because you think that's going to fix everything. It's not. It is just not. Popularity is not going to do anything for you. I'm sorry. When I was popular, I don't know if I was really, whatever, you know what I mean. My life wasn't all that much better. If anything, in some ways it was worse. I kind of missed just having like 2 friends. So when I look back on my achievements, what I'm proud of myself for, never ever have I thought, oh, I'm proud of myself for how many friends I had. I'm proud of myself for how popular I was. I'm proud of myself for who liked me. No, I'm proud of myself for my grades. I'm proud of myself for the obstacles I've overcome, the awards I have earned, my creativity, my projects. I'm proud of that. I'm not proud of who likes me and who cares about, like, no, that doesn't define you, okay? Doesn't. So there's no secret formula to finding the right people. If there was, I would tell you, and if there was, I would follow it, and I would not be where I am right now. But you just gotta be okay with that. Like, you gotta be okay with it, and you'll learn how to be okay with these things. And I do have friends now, you know, they're not my best friends. I don't feel like I'm emotionally vulnerable with them. That's okay. You don't need, honestly, that's just because can have really, really intense friendships that teeter on lines that are questionable. So maybe for me it's a relief to have some surface level friendships, because I'm like, I don't need this mess right now. I can't. I kind of do. No, stop. Okay. So, and what helped me get there was, again, I realized this after, like, all my friends dropped me. You have got to stop making split-second judgments on people. Not even split-second, just don't hold concrete ideas in your head of who people are before you actually know them. There were these people that were in some of my classes. I always thought they were so annoying and whatever. And all my people I was friends with would always say how annoying they were, and we would just like bond over that. When they noticed me sitting alone in class, they said, "Hey, are you okay? Do you want to sit with us?" If they thought I looked sad, they would talk to me. They would include me. Huh. And it really was a wake-up call to me. This was one of the things that was like my last straw that made me realize what I had been doing wrong this whole time. I was sitting alone one day, and one of those girls turned around and was like, "I didn't know you were sitting alone. Like, come sit with us. We want to talk to you." I genuinely almost started crying, because for so long, none of my own best friends had ever treated me with that much kindness and consideration. And that was telling to me in that moment that that losing those people was not a loss. And I definitely gained a lot of confidence in myself from that, because that was all I could do. And it was a life changer. So honestly, I kind of owe it to him. I kind of owe it to him for that. And a lot of my past judgments about these people were proven wrong. You know, I was like, oh, they're not who I thought they were. They're actually nice and considerate of me. And we talk about things that we're passionate about other than just gossiping about people and talking shit about people, which accomplishes nothing. So, and you have to be okay that not everybody's gonna like you. Not everybody's gonna like you. That's okay. Because not everybody has to like you. It's not the end of the world if they don't. Some people just don't get your vision, some people just don't get your vibe, and that's fine. They're entitled to think that way, and you're entitled to continue being yourself. It's just the way the cookie crumbles, you know? You can't expect everybody to like you. So not everybody's gonna like you, but honestly, life is a lot easier when you operate under the assumption that for the most part, people are inherently good, and people for the most part are just trying to be nice and live their life and find the good, you know? Things are just easier when you see the good in people. And for the most part, people are not thinking of you. That's a wake-up call. People are not looking at you and analyzing what you do. People are not looking at how your hair looks different today or how you said something weird. People don't care. Like, they literally do not care. For better and for worse, they don't care. You gotta just start talking to people. You gotta just start, like, chopping it up with people. Because they really don't care. And if they do care, okay. Like, whatever. Who cares? Who cares what these people think of you? It takes a long time to get this mindset, believe me. Because for so long I cared. Eventually, like, everybody has like their breaking point. You just reach a level in life where you're just like, I don't care anymore. Some people do this earlier, some people do this a lot later. It's just eventually you stop caring. Everybody winds up there. You just stop caring about what people think. I'm still pretty shy and quiet, but like, I don't care anymore. I'll strike up a conversation. I had like a 45-minute conversation with this girl I'd never talked to before today. And I was like, oh damn, she's really nice. Easy as that. Now, as somebody self-admittedly very awkward, shy, quiet, I've been like called autistic my whole life, so learning how to socialize is something that came to me like a year ago. I'm just not good at I was not born good at this. But you don't have to stay bad at it. So if you're someone like me that struggles with knowing what to say or how to get people to like you, here's what I want you to do. I'm sure you have a person in class that's outgoing and friendly and everybody seems to like them. You have that person. I'm sure that you do. What I want you to do, I want you to just observe them, study them. What do they say? What is their body language? How do they animate? What does their voice tone sound like? Figure that out. Take note of that and replicate it within yourself. That is what I did. I'm not always perfect with it. I am aware that I can be a little bit off-putting at times because I'm extremely blunt. I try to work on that. I'm just very blunt. Some people really like it, some people really don't. It's partially a cultural thing, it's also just a personal thing. I'm blunt. Very much so. I'm very honest. But not in those people that's like, I'm not mean, I'm just honest. I'm just upfront. I'm very upfront. I'm not very secretive. I can seem elusive, but I'm really not secretive. I'm very much an open book. So, which has gotten me into hot water a few times, because now people probably know things about me that they shouldn't, that I should have kept to myself. So, yeah, so some things should stay inside thoughts, but I have unfortunately made some inside thoughts outside thoughts, and now they're out there floating around, and I'm kind of scared. Anyway, so honestly, yeah, studying people has helped me socialize a lot more, and I realized what I was doing wrong. I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay, for one, I'm horrible at eye contact. That has not changed. I still hate eye contact. I look at everybody's lips when they're speaking, so now I realize people might think that I'm flirting with them or want to kiss them. I don't. I'm just doing that so I can lip read. And because I don't like looking people in the eyes, it scares me. I am only able to do, like, the only time I actually make eye contact is when I'm trying to, like, flirt with somebody, which is very rarely.
What'd he do? Yeah, that nigga eat me out. That part.
It depends on the person. You gotta adapt. You gotta be a chameleon. I should not be giving advice on relationships. Oh my god, it's rough out here. Anyway, yeah, honestly, just studying what other people do was super important. Like, oh, okay, when I cross my arms, people think that I'm, like, being standoffish. Okay, let's not cross my arms. Okay, let's turn and face people when I'm talking to them. Let's face my whole body toward them when I'm talking to them. When somebody makes a statement, like, reflect that statement back to them. You know, remember little things that people say and bring it up later. They love it when you do that. I love it when people do that. It's like, do that. Ask people questions. This was my thing. I was like, oh, I'm not asking people enough questions. Ask questions. Ask people, like, what are you doing in this class? How do you feel about it? What class do you have next? Now that I'm a senior, it's like, oh, what colleges did you apply to? What are you going to major in? What do you want to do? Yada, yada, yada. You should be able to, you can chop it up with anybody, honestly. It's not that hard. If I can do it, you can definitely do it, and I'm awkward. And even though I am awkward, like, you can find your own charisma, your own way. Like, you can be charismatic. You just gotta own it. Whoever you are, you just gotta own it and just be chill with it. That's what I would say. So you gotta accept yourself first, and then things will find you. And if you really want something, you gotta go up and get it, because ain't nobody gonna get it for you. There is this thing I'm planning to pursue in college based on my sport. I have to get in, I have to do 5 pull-ups and crazy stuff. I can't do 5 pull-ups. I said, well, shit. Looks like I'm gonna do that. Sign up for the gym. I have been going every single day, doing my lat pull downs, until, best believe, I'm doing those 5 push-ups. You have got to just put yourself to something. I feel so much better about my life when I have something to work toward. So find that, whatever that is for you. And let's make it something that benefits you in your life and drives you forward, instead of being, oh, I want friends, oh, I want a relationship. Get a real goal. Real goal. And my nice advice, get you a puppy. I don't even know if I want to do a relationship segment. That might have to come another video, because I have way too much footage already. I'm talking. In essence, Be true to yourself. If you don't know what yourself is, figure it out by spending some time alone, introspecting, pondering, writing, whatever, okay? Create something. I would highly recommend going to the gym, physical exercise, walking. Get down on the floor and do 30 sit-ups, 30 crunches. Like, come on now, you can do it. If you've got a floor, okay, you can do something, all right? Have an activity, put yourself towards something. Don't base yourself on other people, because you are you first and foremost. And you'll be fine. You'll be okay. This is just, yeah. I wish I could build a time machine and, like, get my 14-year-old self to watch this. But I can't, so hope y'all enjoyed. Even if you already know all this stuff and already live like this, I hope you were entertained by me. And my beautiful puppy. She's afraid because there was a fly in the house and she's very scared and she needs me to protect her, and I will protect her. Rude. Okay. Goodbye.
Have a great day. #more skating less hating.